was going to sleep there.
He's the type of teacher.
Sleepy type, we're just going to sleep now. Let's see, so can every fur hear me? I'm going to try really hard not to, like, I yell into the microphone and stuff, and it's like, it's not good for me. So I'm going to try not to just talk. If I talk like this, can you hear me?
I hear you.
And way back there, hi, can you hear me? It's like, no, I can't hear me because he's not saying anything. Anyway, hi. I hit my nosy too because it's fun and I don't know what else to do, I guess. Hi, my name is David. I am at Pepart Bar. Thank you for coming to my little thing today. Every first say yay!
Yay!
Yay! I hope you're still saying that in the near future, and especially when we're done here. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Has any fur ever seen or know about my story times before?
Last year.
Last year? Oh, nice. Or year before last. Yeah. Okay, cool. So some of you have maybe they're been or seen them on my YouTube or something, so that's great. So it'll be pretty much the same kind of thing. I'll just be reading various types of stories. I have a little song I wrote at one point that I hope I will remember since it's been a few years since I've actually done it. See how it goes. And yeah, so how's every first BLFC going so far? Okay, it's been a few years, so I think we should be a little bit more enthusiastic there. How is every first BLFC going so far? We were talking about a little bit ago that it's been so long. It doesn't matter if everything's a disaster, we're still happy to be here, right?
Yeah.
Which is why you're here, I guess. Anyway, so I guess I'm just going to start. Oh, very important. Every first say Moo Bark Fluff.
Marble.
Moo Bark Fluff. Now, I know there's one fur in here at least that knows what that means, but raise your paw if you know what that means. So I'll tell you. So you know how aloha, is Hawaiian for, it's a greeting, hello, goodbye, a generic thing like that. Well, it is official that Moo Bark Fluff is the furry version of that. So whenever you see a fur and you greet them, Moo Bark Fluff. And everything. So let's try this again. Moo Bark Fluff, every fur.
Moo Bark Fluff.
Yay! Okay, we got it. Great. And the room's scheduled for an hour. I'll try not to make it go too much longer than an hour. Depends on how much I hit my nosy. But usually that's going a few minutes over. So anyway, let's just start this thing that I call a thing. Oh! Wow! I almost read the most important thing. This is TV. Every first say either hi or Moo Bark Fluff TV.
Moo Bark Fluff TV.
Yay! Yeah, this is TV, and I love my TV. He comes with me to all the cons, and then Kitty.
Yes.
Yeah. And his nosy makes a smaller thing than mine. Isn't that adorable? I could just take the next hour just making a song and we'll all be like, okay.
Today I'm guess the scoot.
So there's that.
Today is moving with the snakes.
Okay, here's my tail. There it is. And this is me trying to do things. It's very difficult for this pup right here to do things. Clippy. And can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And this is yes. This is our wonderful volunteer to help me through pages because my puzzies. And this is Mooter. Every first day, Mooter Club Mooter. I was just thinking, as I could say that, if I got fast, I could not. So the first story, if any fur has seen this stuff before, I always start with Playful Puppies.
Yay!
And so for any further back, sorry if you can't see things, feel free to move up if you want, but there it is and you can't see it. But yes, so here we go. Playful Puppies. And don't leave when I leave. I mean, it'll get better. So these puppies play. They love to run and jump. This puppy catches the ball. This puppy pulls on a sock.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, right? This is getting off to such an amazing and wonderful story.
What happens next?
I'm so glad you asked. It's exciting, right? Well, I'll tell you, puppies can go high in the air.
No. What?
Good catch, puppy.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. Puppies can jump through a ring. Good jump, puppy.
That's a good.
I didn't know they could do that.
I know, it's amazing. I'm so excited that we're still here. I mean, we're having an adventure here. These puppies walk in a row. That's a puppy parade.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't know if it's yelling. This microphone thing. Puppies love to play with each other. Sometimes they get all tangled up.
Oh,
They both have unibrows. Okay, so I have to make a disclaimer on this next one. I know it's a fur con. In fact, I know it's BLFC and everything, but I want every fur to, tone it down a notch. This is SFW here. So, okay, these puppies found a bone. It's bigger than they are. Good for you. You did a good job. It's time to go to bed. Sweet puppy dreams.
Oh, good night, puppy.
Good night, puppies. And that's the end.
Yay!
Have a good time so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited for the next story?
Yes.
I've got a bunch, so you're stuck here.
Oh no.
Is the door still up yet? Like the green.
Is the food free at least?
No.
No.
So let me see if I can remember this. So has any fur here ever heard of Marlon Bundo?
Uh-huh.
You got it. So somehow.
Yes.
And yes. Okay. Good. So Marlon Bundo. It's been again 2 years since I'm trying to remember exactly. So Marlon Bundo. We all love Mike Pence and everything, right? So Marlon Bundo is the buddy of Mike Pence and his family. So they have a buddy named Marlon Bundo. And Mike Pence wrote a whole book about a day in the life of Marlon Bundo. And well, so John Oliver, do we know who John Oliver is?
Yes.
So, John Oliver loves Mike Pence and everything. So he wrote a book called A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo. And this is the story of A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo, written by John Oliver. And just as a little nice note, so this book, when it came out, like all the proceeds went to Trevor Project and LGBTQ certain communities and lifelines like that, which was really, really cool that they did that. I'm sure they're still probably doing that if you buy the book, the proceeds still go to that. Anyway, so let's read about Marlon Bundo, shall we? I need to stop yelling. Tell me to stop yelling. David, stop yelling.
David, stop yelling. Stop yelling.
Only one for wants me to stop yelling. Okay. So, Buddy says, "Hello, my name is Marlon Bundo, and I am a bunny. I live with my mom, grandma, and grandpa in an old stuffy house on the grounds of the U.S. Naval Observatory. That's because my grandpa is the vice president. His name is Mike Pence." But this story isn't going to be about him, because he isn't very fun. This story is about me, because I'm very, very fun.
Uh-huh.
And there's things.
Oh.
I don't know if he's doing the hula hoopy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, I forgot to read. This is the story of my very special day. Okay. I felt I had a rhyme there for whatever reason. My very special day started out like every other day. I woke up all alone, then I ate a fine bunny breakfast all alone. You see, and while I watched the news all alone, you see, sometimes old stuffy houses are also very lonely. After breakfast, I hopped to the garden to look at the flowers and say, hello down there to the bugs. Hello, Phil. Hello, Dennis. Apparently the bugs' names are Phil and Dennis. And you might be able to see the little bugs are here on the flower. They're playing checkers. Because that's what bugs do.
The bugs are the flowers.
It doesn't bug me.
Oh.
Oh.
Rain. Q. Yeah. This is when I saw him. He was a big, fluffy bunny with the floppiest floppy ears and a bushy tail. He was bunny beautiful. I was standing still, but being near him made me feel like my heart was still hopping. And there's Marlon Bundo, and there is new fluffy bunny.
Their glasses now.
Bunny glasses.
But exactly. My name is Marlon. My name is Marlon, I said, but my family calls me Botus. It's short for Bunny of the United States. It's a long story. My name is Wesley, and my family calls me Wesley, said Wesley. And there we are, nosy to nosy. That's what bunnies do. Oh, just you wait, just you wait. This pup right here cheers up at this very time. I'll try and keep my concentration. Wesley and I hopped together all around the garden. We hopped over daisies. We hopped over tiny carrots that weren't ready to grow up and be lunchies yet. We hopped over Phil and Dennis, and there they all are hopping, and the checkerboard is all flying all over the place because they hopped over it. No one else thinks that's as funny as I do, but I thought it. Once we had hopped through every part of the garden, we didn't want to stop hopping, so we hopped right through and inside the old stuffy house. We hopped up and down the creaky stairs, and made beautiful creaky stair music together. Oh. Okay, let's try it again. Aww. We hopped through the kitchen, and maybe left a few bunny prints. So the maid person is going to be unhappy because there's no bunny prints. We hopped through very boring meetings and very boring people. So I know you can see there is the vice president symbol, and they're under a table and they're hopping because there's boring, stuffy people. Like my transparent. It was a very good hop. It was the best hop. And I realized something. When I hopped with Wesley, my old stuffy house didn't feel lonely anymore. There they are by the fire, nosy to nosy. Yeah, that's a definite air fur. Yeah. At the end of our hop, I said, Wesley, I don't want to hop without you ever again. And Wesley said, you know, that's funny because I never want to hop without you ever again either, Marlon Bundo. And we both said, we will get married and we will hop together forever. Hello, everyone, we said to all the animals in the garden. Hello, Phil and Dennis, the bugs, and Pumpernickel, who is a badger, and Scooter, who is a turtle, and Dill Pickle, who is a hedgehog, and Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog. Hello, all of you. We are getting married so we can hop together forever. Hooray, said Phil and Dennis, the bugs, and Pumpernickel, who is a badger, and Scooter, who is a turtle, and Dill Pickle, who is a hedgehog, and Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog. Hooray, said all of our friends, because that is what friends say. And they're all yelling, yay! Yay! But, wait!
No.
Said a scary voice. You can't get married? He looked around and saw a scary voice was coming from the stink bug. And so the stink bug has white hair and is a little orange. So I can't imagine who, yeah. So, okay, we're all on the same page now with that. But, let me tell you a little bit about the stink bug. The stink bug was capital N, capital charge. He was capital important. None of the other animals quite could work out why he was in charge or how he was important, but he was. Yeah, okay. And that meant he made all the rules. That meant all the animals listened to him, even though he was, and this is true, very stinky. Boy bunnies don't marry boy bunnies, said the stink bunny. Stink bug. Stink bug. Boy bunnies have to marry girl bunnies. But this is the bunny I love, said Wesley. And this is the bunny that I love, said me, Marlon Bundo. Just being next to Wesley made me feel a little bit braver. Too bad, said the stink bug. I am the stinkiest and I am important. I am the stinkiest and I am in charge. Boy bunnies marry girl bunnies. Girl bunnies marry boy bunnies. This is the way it has always been. You are different, and different is bad. The other animals whispered nervously among themselves. Pumpernickel, who was a badger, came forward. Well, I mean, I'm different too, he said. I eat my sandwiches crust first. I'm different too, said Dill-Pickle, who is a hedgehog. I read the ends of books first before the beginnings, just to make sure they're not too sad for me. I'm different too, said Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog. Sometimes I sniff butts and I don't know why. I mean, you know, there's truth there. I mean, I wouldn't know. Everyone is different, and different is not bad, said Scooter, who is a turtle. Different is special. And there's Turtle wearing this nice, fine gems and diamonds and stuff. Wait, said Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog, and also a very smart dog. Wait a minute. We get to decide who is in charge. We get to decide who is important. We can vote. Yay!
Democracy.
Yay, democracy in the animal garden thing there. And on this very special day, all the animals voted on who they wanted to have in charge. And so there's, well, you can't see it really, but there's a little, maybe I'll just tell you because that's not working. There's a paper, and there's two choices. There's the stink bug and not the stink bug. I don't know, maybe that's similar to something that happened recently in our country. I don't know. I'm not a political pup, so I don't know. They voted for, drum roll please, not the stink bug. And in fact, here's the tally. The stink bug got 1. Not the stink bug got 5, 6, 7, 8. So a lot of animals in this community.
Did the stink bug request a recount?
No!
That was good. I know, right?
Hooray, said me, Marlon Bundo. Hooray, said Wesley. Hooray, said all the friends, because that is what friends say.
Hooray!
No, boomed the stink bug. Boy bunnies can't marry boy bun. And all the animals yelled, you are not in charge. Yay!
Yay!
So Wesley and I got married. We had 2 handsome groom otters named Muffins and Cubby, and a flower mouse named Hiccup. We ate and drank and danced the hokey pokey. And down here is Dill Pickle. He's down here with a drink in his hand and in his paw. And it says, Dill Pickle was especially good. He's having his paw juice. And the ceremony was performed by a cat named Pajama, who brought her wife as her date. After we ate and drank and danced, we went home together. We have to get some sleep, Marlon. Tomorrow we leave on our bunny moon. Right. And there they are, watching TV together. Because it doesn't matter if you love a girl bunny or a boy bunny, or eat your sandwich backward or forward. Stink bugs are temporary, but love is forever.
Yeah.
I always love that one. I've heard it like so many times in my story time. I still love it so much. Anyway, I hope all you first liked it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's next? Oh yeah. So there are stories out there that are politically correct sometimes. And I have a book here of politically correct bedtime stories. And if you've seen my story times before, I've read things like the PC, as I say, I'm not a political pup, so I'm not sure what this politically correct thing means, but I've read things like the PC version of Little Red Riding Hood and PC version of, I don't know, other things, Three Little Pigs and stuff. And plug for me, if you go to my YouTube, you can see me read them and stuff, like not just at cons, but in the video.
I think I follow you on YouTube.
Yay!
Subscribe.
Good for you. So this is, have we all heard the story of the Emperor's New Clothes? One, okay, good. So this is apparently the politically correct version, whatever that may mean. And I've actually only read half this story, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. Are we ready to do this adventure together?
Yes!
Yay, good. Glad you said that, because I'm going to do it anyway. So this is the Emperor's New Clothes. Far away, in a time long past, there lived a traveling tailor who found himself in an unfamiliar country. Now, tailors who move from place to place normally keep to themselves and are careful not to overstep the bounds of their local decency. This tailor, though, was overly gregarious and decorum impaired, and soon he was at a local inn, abusing alcohol, evading other personal space of the female employees, and telling unenlightened stories about tinkers, dung gatherers, and other tradespeople. Good stuff. Good. As I said, I haven't read, no, I didn't read the book. As I said, I haven't read the whole thing here, so we'll see how it goes. The innkeeper complained to the police, who gathered the tailor and dragged him in front of the emperor. As you might expect, a lifetime of belief in the absolute legitimacy of the monarchy and in the inherent superiority of males had turned the emperor into a vain and wisdom-challenged tyrant. Wow, what is this story? The tailor noticed these traits and decided to use them to his advantage. The emperor asked, "Do you have any last request before I banish you from my domain forever?" The tailor replied, "Only that your majesty allow me the honor of crafting a new royal wardrobe. For I have brought with me a special fabric that is so rare and fine that it can be seen only by certain people." The type of people you'd want to have in your realm. People who are politically correct, morally righteous, intelligently astute, culturally, this pup is bad at words, culturally tolerant, and who don't smoke, drink, laugh at sexist jokes, watch too much television, listen to country music, or barbecue. But barbecue, okay. After a moment's thought, the emperor agreed to this request. He was flattened by the fascist and testosterone-heavy idea that the empire and its inhabitants existed only to make him look good. This is the part which I haven't read it. It would be like having a trophy wife and multiplying that feeling by 100,000. No. Of course, no such rarefied fabric existed. Yeah. Years of living outside the bounds of normal society had forced the tailor to develop his own moral code that obliged him to swindle and embarrass the emperor in the name of independent craftspeople everywhere. So, as he diligently labored, he was able to convince the emperor that he was cutting and sewing pieces of fabric that, in the strangest objective sense of reality, didn't exist. Oh my cow, indeed. When the tailor announced that he was finished, the emperor looked at his new robes in the mirror as he stood there, naked as the day he was born. One could see how years of exploiting the peasantry had turned his body into an ugly mass of puffy white flesh. I didn't know this.
There's some pictures.
There are no pictures. Thank you, yes. The emperor, of course, saw this too, but pretended that he could see the beautiful, politically correct robes to show off his new splendor. He ordered a parade to be held the next day. On the following morning, his subject lined the streets for the big parade. Word had spread about the emperor's new clothes that only enlightened people with healthy lifestyles could. Word had spread among the emperor's new clothes that only enlightened people with healthy lifestyles could see, and everyone was determined to be more right-minded than his or her neighbor. The parade began with great hoopla, and the emperor marched his pale, bloated, patriarchal carcass down the street. Eventually loudly oh'd and awed at his beautiful new clothes, except one small boy who shouted, "The emperor is naked." The people stopped. The emperor paused. A hush fell over the crowd until one quick-thinking peasant shouted, "No, he isn't. The emperor is merely endorsing a clothing optional lifestyle." I like how he turned it around like that. A cheer went up from the crowd, and the throng stripped off their clothes and danced in the sun as nature had intended. The country was clothing optional from that day forward, and the tailor, deprived of any livelihood, packed up his needle and thread and was never heard from again. The end. Oh, yay.
Yes, of course. Is that
Oh,
me?
yes.
Oh,
I'm not good.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
Bottom.
And, I know, where's my puppy dish? So Halloween is coming up, and so I have a little book here called Trick or Treat. It's got a nice little plastic handle on it, and it has sounds for Halloween. Yay! And so there's 3 little sounds on each page. There's a little picture that tells you which button to push. So let's do that, shall we?
Yeah.
This one just says trick or treat, that's the title. Ghosties and fairies and witches too. On Halloween night, do you know what to do? And here's this button. Here you are. Heroes and mermaids get down in the street. Even monsters love a Halloween treat. Oh, I could make a comment, but this is not. Weedy Dogs party and with kitty cats. You know, come share candy with magicians in hats. That's a little creepy, actually. Let me just do that again, and keep in mind how creepy this is.
Oh, that's
And Turkey says, thank you. After being strangled, the penguins are happy, and so is the spider. And so is the cowgirl who sat down beside her. See, I've got two now. There's oodles of candy, and there's something much better. All of these friends celebrating together. Oh, that's the end. So, after Halloween comes Christmas, from what I've been told.
Well, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the turkey.
You don't. Well, the turkey is just strangled, so there's no Thanksgiving this year.
Don't judge the turkey on what he likes.
So I created at one point a song for a Christmas song called the 12 Days of Pupmas. And it turns out there are some other 12 Days of Pupmas on the internet, but they're not mine. This is mine. And we'll see if I can remember it, because it's been a few years since I've done it. So shall we try it?
Yeah.
A lot of you are like, David, just get on with it. Do you have that one? Right?
I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
So we'll do that. So here goes. We'll see if I remember. This is the 12 Days of Pupmas. On the first day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the second day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me two puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the third day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me three barks, two puppy pups and a puppy hug so very fluffy. Is that exciting so far? Yes. And I see some like, no. On the fourth day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 5th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 5 hugs from Tabin. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 6th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 6 tail wagings. Oh, that's not it. 5 hugs from Tabin. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 7th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail wagings, 5 hugs from Tabin. 4 leaves to chase, 3 barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hug so very fluffy. On the 8th day of Pupmas, my true fur gave to me 8 tummy rubbing, 7 puzzle bells, 6 tail waggings,
5 hugs from Taylor.
4 Lisa says, 3 bark barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hugs are very fluffy. On the 9th day of Pupmas, my crew forgave to me. See if I remember this one. 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tails wagging, 5
hugs from Taylor.
4 Lisa says, 3 bark barks, 2 puppy pups, and a puppy hugs are very fluffy. On the 10th day of Pupmas, my crew forgave to me. 10 pups are leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail wagging, 5
hugs from Taylor.
4 listen. I love what you produce so much. 4 listen, 3 balls, 2 puppets, and the puppets are very fluffy. On the I'm on 11, right? Yes. I'm a pup, I forget. On the 11th day of Pupmas, my crew forgave to me. 11 puppies pupping, 10 pups are leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 dumping, rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings,
5 hugs from Taylor.
4 Lissies, 3 bark barks, 2 puppy pups, and puppets are very plucky. On the 12th day of Pupmas, my crew forgave to me. 12 thorough brushings. 11 puppies fluffing, 10 pups are leaping, 9 kitties fluffing, 8 tummy rubbing, 7 balls of bouncing, 6 tail waggings,
5 hugs from Taylor.
4 Lissies, 3 bark barks, 2 puppy pups. All together now. And a puppy hugs. Oh, no. Let me tell you the times. And a puppy hugs are very fluffy. Okay, so 2 puppy pups. And a puppy hugs so very fluffy. Yay! Okay. What time is it?
It is 40 after, and we need to be out of here at 1:05 at the latest.
Oh, okay.
They need the room after us.
They do.
Yes.
Let me see. What do you have?
Thank you.
Okay. In the interest of time, there's a story I always end with that I have to. So that's that. I think we have to make a choice. Yeah. So what I sometimes do, which I was going to do, is I would read the original 3 bears, Goldilocks and the 3 bears, like the original script. And I like reading it because I like doing the voices. But then what I do after that is I read the PC version of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And we only have time for one of those, so which one should I do?
PC.
I had a feeling that would be. Yeah. And should we go now?
On page 39.
I like how
It's on page 30.
Thank you.
Okay. Things are difficult for this one. That was fun and exciting. Okay, can we still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the politically correct version of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Through the thicket, across the river, and deep, deep into the woods lived a family of bears, a papa bear, a mama bear, and a baby bear. And they all lived together they all lived together anthropomorphically in a little cottage as a nuclear family. They were very sorry about this, of course, since the nuclear family had traditionally arrived to enslave women, instill a self-righteous monolithism in its members, and imprint rigid notions of heterosexualist roles onto the next generation.
Well, there goes my childhood.
Nevertheless, they they tried to be happy and took steps to avoid these pit bulls, such as naming their offspring the gender-specific baby. Gender non-specific baby. One day, in their little anthropomorphic cottage, they sat down to breakfast. Papa Bear had prepared big bowls of all-natural porridge for them to eat. But straight off the stove, the porridge was too thermally enhanced to eat. Oh my God. So they left their bowls to cool and took a walk to visit their animal neighbors. After the bears had left, a melanin-impoverished young woman emerged from the bushes and crept up to the cottage. Her name was Goldilocks, and she had been watching the bears for days. She was, you see, a biologist who specialized in the study of anthropomorphic bears. Of course, at one time, she had been a professor, but her aggressive, masculine approach to science, ripping off the thin veil of nature, exposing its secrets, penetrating its essence, using it for her own selfish needs, and bragging about such violentness in the letters, columns of various magazines, all this had led to her dismissal. Dun dun dun. Thank you, Ray. He'll be on Tuesday.
Better late than never.
The rogue biologist had been watching the cottage for quite some time. Her intent was to color the bears with radio transmitters and follow them into their migratory and other life patterns with an utter disrespect for their personal or other animal privacy. With scientific espionage, the only thing in mind, Goldilocks broke into the bear's cottage. In the kitchen, she laced the bowls of porridge with a tranquilizing potion. She's not a good duck. Then in the bedroom, she rigged snares to move the pillows of each bed. Her plan was to drug the bears when they stumbled into their bedroom to take a nap. Latch radio collars onto their necks as their heads hit the pillows. Good plan, good plan. Goldilocks chortled and thought, those bears will be my ticket to the top. I'll show those twerps at the university the kind of guts it takes to do real research. And she crouched in the corner in the bedroom and waited some more. But the bears took so long to come back from their walk that she fell asleep. When the bears finally came home, they sat down to eat breakfast. Then they stopped. Papa Bear asked, "Does your porridge smell a little off, Mama?" Mama Bear replied, "Yes, it does. Does yours smell off, baby?" Baby Bear said, "Yes, it does. It smells sort of chemical-y." Suspicious. They rose from the table and went into the living room. Papa Bear sniffed. He asked, "Do you smell something else, Mama?" Mama Bear replied, "Yes, I do. Do you smell something, baby?" Baby Bear said, "Yes, I do. It smells musky and sweaty and not at all clean." Well, she doesn't have a job anymore. She doesn't shower. They moved into the bedroom with growing alarm. Papa Bear asked, "Do you see a snare and a radio collar under my pillow, Mama?" Mama Bear replied, "Why, yes, I do. Do you see a snare and a radio collar under my pillow, baby?" Baby Bear said, "Yes, I do, and I see the human who put him there." Baby Bear pointed to the corner where Goldilocks slept. The bears growled at Goldilocks, awoke with a start. She sprang up and tried to run, but Papa Bear caught her with a swing of his paw, and Mama Bear did the same. With Goldilocks now a mobility non-possessor, Mama and Papa Bear sat on her with fang and claw. They gobbled her up, and soon there was nothing left but of the maverick biologist, but a bit of yellow hair and a clipboard. So we took a turn here. Baby watched with astonishment. When they were done, Baby Bear asked, Mama, Papa, what have you done? I thought we were vegetarian. Papa Bear burped. We already said, but we're always ready to try new things. Flexibility is just one more benefit of being multicultural. The end. Oh, so much time for the last one.
She watched the bears for a few days. That was the first red flag.
We bears do things interesting.
I always end with this because I love it. It's a beautiful little story to end on, and it is called Goodnight, I Love You.
Aww.
I know, I like it already. When the dark, okay, let's start that. When the day is at a close and the sunset paints the sky, Mama Owl comes swooping in to sing her lullaby. You can't see it, but there's Owl coming to her babies. High up on a mountaintop, the bears gaze at the moon. They share a sleepy, snuggly hug. It will be bedtime soon. What's that? Mama calls her babies home and gives each one a kiss. The ducklings raise their heads up high, each kiss too good to miss. Time to rest now, little fool. It's been a busy day. With Mommy Horse, she settles down to sleep in soft, warm hay. Nose to nose with Mommy Cat, warm in the chilly weather. Tiny drowsy kittens are all snuggled up together. Now this one deserves more, but come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yes. I enforce that one. Daddy Dog tells us bedtime tales before he says goodnight. One by one, the pups drift off beneath the soft moonlight. Okay, see, I'm right there. Time for little elephant to get ready to doze. Daddy watches over him as his eyes begin to close. Now it's time to cuddle up and sleep the whole night through. Sweet dreams, my precious little one. Good night. I love you. The end. Well, that was it. Did we all have a good time? Yeah! Let's do one more time. Every did we have a good time? Yeah! Yay! Well, thank you, Every, for so much for coming. Did they get swag?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all taken care of. Okay. So there's good stuff in those little things, and there's a QR code thing to my YouTube and to our podcast, and all good stuff like that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you had a good time. I had an amazing time with you. Have a great BLFC. Can't wait to see you out on the floor. Have a good night, everyone.